everyone, Dame Didvich once again from the Entertainment Network, bringing you a 1 vs 1 Dawnable Soulstorm replay on the good old Blood River map. So it's going to be Chaos versus Necrons, and as the Chaos at the top we've got Koran, and it's going for pretty standard stuff so far. And yeah, we've got Bloodthirster in the bottom, playing as the Necrons there. So yeah, let's just have a look at the starting builds. Looks like Bloodthirster quickly going for builder scabs to start off with, then a couple of Necron warriors, so not too much variation, let's say the least. And yeah, Koran also going for a couple of cultist squads. Yep, he's got 2 out in the field, and he's actually going to be starting off with a Raptor squad. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, we'll see if that'll pay off or not. And there we go, now we've got Necron warriors slowly coming out from Bloodthirster. Yeah, so Necrons, because of the way their economy works, I suppose there's not that much variation that they can have in their starting builds. I mean, they have to get these plasma generators out as quickly as possible because they don't get a requisition resource like all the other sides do. Although, of course, they can still capture these points, put obelisks and all that on them in order to increase their squad and vehicle cap. But yeah, the actual income, all of it just comes from the fancy plasma generators. Which is interesting. One would think that would be near impossible to balance, but it is more or less balanced. I mean, they can really take off later in the game once they get plasma generators, loads of them up and all that, but what the hell. I mean, they do scale up in terms of cost and all that, so the more you have on the field, the more it would cost in order to build you know, each new plasma generator after that, so what the hell. In any case, yeah, the Koran's Chaos Raptors have finally come in, and it looks like they're going to be jumping back. Whoa. Looks like they jumped alright, a bit of a animation glitch there in my opinion. Looks like they did manage to delay the capture of the strategic point, but otherwise not really doing much damage. Let's have the cultist squad coming in. Okay, both on the top left and the bottom right portion of the map. Yeah, let's see. Okay, Koran's also coming out with a Chaos Lord as well, so hopefully that'll be able to turn the tide of battle for him. At the moment, so not much decisive action from these Raptors in my opinion. I mean, sure, they did sort of manage to delay these builder scabs again from capturing this point. Not really being able to inflict too much damage, although he is delaying these Necron warriors from marching across the map though to try to take on Koran's forces. So yeah, that's allowing Koran to basically secure as much territory as possible with his fancy cultists, and yeah, I suppose there we go, giving enough time for his Chaos Lord to come out as well. There we go, finally getting him out. Probably be better off just putting him into range stance and then just harassing the Chaos Raptors, because these Necron warriors, they move about pretty slowly, but what the hell, now we've got the Necron Lord coming out for Bloodthirster, coming into melee with the Chaos Lord, and these Chaos Raptors joining in as well though, a couple of them getting shot to pieces though, and yeah, that Chaos Lord is sustaining a bit of damage. I'll just check their health though, so 1100 and 1300, so Chaos Lord's suffering a little bit more, but oh, what the hell, still being able to keep the Necron player Bloodthirster within his own base though. So the problem is though, with Necrons they can afford to stay in their base for longer than other factions, given the fact that yeah, their economy is based around these plasma generators, which as you can see, Bloodthirster is certainly not neglecting to build. So in any case, yeah, Koran is sending his Chaos Raptors around to the right, okay, to the bottom right of the map, and I think yeah, it was just doing that to check to see if the relic was being captured by the Scarabs. And there we go, finally jumping them back as well. The Chaos Lord in the middle of the map, cultists capturing the leftmost critical location, and I've just noticed as well actually that there's no victory conditions set here when it comes to points captured, which means that the Necron player will have even less of a disadvantage of not capturing as many points as the Chaos player. It's interesting that they actually don't have those victory conditions enabled. Usually you'd want to enable them to force every player to try to expand as much as possible, otherwise yeah, they can just usually afford to camp their base a bit more, especially if they're Necrons. But what can you do? Koran for some reason leaving his Chaos Raptors on range stance, despite the fact that they're right next to the Necron Lord. Not really sure if I'd agree with that. And yeah, the Chaos Lord taking quite a bit of damage as well. Bloodthirster being able to teleport his Necron Lord barely in the nick of time, although Corrin has sustained quite a bit of damage on his Chaos Lord as well, though he does have quite a bit more health though, so just has to wait for that to recover. Also got Builder Scarabs coming up to the bottom right of the map, just in time to see the Cultists, and what do you know, we've actually got a fortified listening post as well, ready to greet these Necron forces. So what is Corrin going to do to respond to this? Is he just going to let his listening post fall? Looks like he is. Rather unfortunate, but what can you do? In any case, he's at tier 2 at the moment. He's going to get a Chaos Sorcerer out, along with the Sacrificial Circle, extra Plasma Generator, and Corn Berserkers. They've certainly been eating their cornflakes, to say the least. Should be able to at least harass these Necron Warriors pretty nicely, but the problem is though, the relic at the top left has been decaptured, and these Builder Scarabs will be ready to... actually no, they won't be able to decap this relic actually. It's a pretty good job by Corrin sending in his raptors to slice out these scarabs to prevent them from decapturing this relic point. These scarabs, I'm assuming, are just going to scout to the right, yep, just to see if this critical location has been captured, I'm assuming. And here we go, we've got Necron Warriors now on the outskirts of Corrin's base. And what does he have? Here we go, he's finally got the Corn Berserkers and the Chaos Sorcerer. Okay, he's going to be building, or rather training up more Corn Berserkers later. He'd want to get the squad cap upgrade as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, he's going to let his listening post get killed off. Bam, down it goes. Very unfortunate. His economy is slowly starting to fall apart, although he does have a bit of a sizable force of Corn Berserkers built up. Also got a nice use of Doom Bolt ability by the Chaos Sorcerer. And doesn't look like he has the Chains of Torment upgrade research, which is interesting because he went to the trouble of getting a Sacrificial Circle and Corn Berserkers and everything, and yeah, the Chains of Torment ability would be pretty useful right about now. Even this Necron Warriors, I think they can still teleport even if they're under the effect of that spell. But, well, what the hell. In either case, yeah, managing to get the Necron Warriors to retreat, but there we go, they're continuing, or rather resuming their march once again, this time on the bottom right map. And the only thing we have to defend at the moment is just Corrin's Chaos Raptors, a couple of heretics just coming in to help build the listening post. They're going to want to cancel that pretty soon there and retreat. Yep, losing one build unit there, listening post being cancelled. And here we go, got the Corn Berserkers of Corrin coming down through the centre of the map. I'm assuming they're going to come through... Oh, that's interesting. What is Corrin doing? I was thinking he was trying to maybe flank these Necron Warriors from the middle of the map, but he's not going to do that. He's actually going to send them against the buildings, which is not something you'd really want to be using Corn Berserkers for, actually. A very notable unit, actually, in that they're effective, well, it even says so in the description, effective against infantry and heavy infantry, although they're not too bad against commanders, though. The problem is, though, that Corn Berserkers, they have... they incur quite a penalty when they're attacking buildings and vehicles, though. So the last thing you'd usually want to be attacking with Corn Berserkers would be buildings. I suppose they did mention to decap that strategic point as well. That's not too bad. So Bloodthirster deciding to send in a couple of flayed ones, and Corn Berserkers should be able to take them out pretty nicely since they outnumber them. Although we do have Necron Warriors by Bloodthirster. A couple in the back just loitering about, shooting at these Corn Berserkers. And just see, is anyone actually bothering to attack these guys? No, probably should get the Chaos Sorcerer to start attacking these Necron Warriors, and these Corn Berserkers are yeah, certainly going to town on these flayed ones. Flayed ones certainly being reinforced relatively quickly. The thing with flayed ones, of course, is that they partially rely on their ability to demoralize enemy infantry, and I suppose commanders to a lesser extent, and Corn Berserkers of course don't have a morale meter, so they can't get demoralised. Just there we go, zoom in on the action, so there we go, got a bit of slicing and dicing here and there, but yeah, unfortunately those Corn Berserkers slowly getting torn apart. Wow, a couple of them just getting thrown about by those flayed ones there, and as you can see they're just being forced to retreat, so we'll just see if we can get a nice little shot of that. So there we go, perfect. Yes, Necron Warriors coming in from behind as well. Oh, speaking of which, we actually had, wow, we even had Builder Scarabs coming in as well at one point to decapture that relic. They managed to do that. The relic at the bottom right has been, okay, so it's been captured by Bloodthirster though. Wow. And Necron Lord also going to town on these cultists. Cultists are not going to be able to do too much there. And wow, killing a few more cultists here and there. The entire squad, in fact, kind of sucks to be them, to say less. What can you do? And yeah, I'd say Bloodthirst appears to have this one in the bag for the time being. Although things might turn against him, although I'm not seeing that happening though in this game. So yeah, I'd say the critical battle around this location certainly, well, pretty much determines the outcome of what would happen next. I'd say Corrin could have done a much better job if he devoted his Chaos Lord and his Chaos Sorcerer to harass those Necron warriors, and yeah, if he left the Khorne Berserkers to handle the Flayed ones, he would have stood a much better chance of winning that battle. But yeah, it was very unfortunately. Instead, he left those Necron warriors to shoot at his ranged troops. Sorry, not his ranged troops, to shoot it as melee troops, and yeah, just to inflict pretty severe amounts of damage on them. Now, these Khorne Berserkers are pretty effective, but the thing is, they're not exactly invincible. When you have a combined assault by Flayed ones and Necron warriors, they can only stand toe to toe to them for so long, to say least. So in any case, yeah, Necron warriors actually going into melee against the Demon Pit. Interesting. I even got the Demon Prince summoning ability being researched. Corrin cancelling that rather wisely. Not really being able to do too much though. That does actually have a few Obliterators out. The problem is that they can be easily harassed by the Necron Lords. So, in my opinion, probably not really worth getting Obliterators, given that they can get harassed so easily by the Necron Lord, who can just teleport to their position. And of course, he can cast various abilities like the Chronometron ability that you can see he's using there, and the Solar Pulse ability, stopping all the Chaos Range troops from shooting. Not that that really make much of a difference anyway. Looks like he's also got the Lightning Field ability, absorbing a bit of damage, or rather dealing back some of the damage that he's receiving from the Khorne Berserkers, although getting killed off though in pretty quick order actually. So if Corrin can I don't think he'll be able to, but in any case, if he was able to destroy these remaining Necron troops, he might have a chance. But the problem is though, I'd say he doesn't really control much of the map. We'll just have a look. Yeah, he barely controls the map at all, and with the Necron player Bloodthirst having quite a few plasma generators, being up to tier 2, I think. I'm pretty sure it's tier 2. That's when you get the greatest summoning core and all that. Yeah, he's just going to have one hell of a fight on his hands. And wow, even got a couple of Wraiths coming out as well, just to really make sure that these Obliterators can't fire at all. So as you can see, these Wraiths just going to town on them. Those can see they're mostly just bumping into these Obliterators, getting a shot here and there though. They even managing to kill off one. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Corrin, but oh well, what can you do? It was a very interesting tactic going for so many Khorne Berserkers, and it could have worked, provided that he used his command units to harass the enemy ranged units. And wow, we even got a Ghost Tower being built by Bloodthirst. It's a very audacious move there indeed, but really, given that the majority of Corrin's forces have been decimated, why not? And there we go, Corrin is out of the game. So, wow, quite a little battle indeed. A bit more back and forth action compared to the previous game, and there you go. So yeah, I hope they should be able to upload that, or rather, I should say this game and the game as well, around the same time. So until that happens, this has been Dame to Twitch, signing off.